What's up, Leo? How you guys doing? It is time for the weekly check-in. We're going to see how the energies are looking for you guys in the 4th week of January 2026. January week 4. If any of you are in need of a personal reading, all the information is in the description of this video. All right, let's hop into this. Let's see how them energies are looking, man. How's the energies looking for Leo and the person they're dealing with? 4th week of January. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, well, we got a stalker. We got a stalker. I was about to say that I'm feeling like the two of you are going to make contact, but with the Page of Swords reversed, I don't think so. It kind of feels to me, and with the Ten of Pentacles, feels to me like somebody watching you very closely and putting on a show in case you're watching too. This has been the card of the week for most of the signs so far. Some of y'all could be dealing with a Capricorn. Could have dealt with somebody that has an addiction issue. If you dealt with someone with an addiction issue, no, they're not clean. For those of you wondering whether or not you're just making this up in your head, I don't know who needs to hear this. No, you're not. Both of you feel this connection. Both of you do. I'm trying to find a crumb of something that'll let me know what the deal is here. It's not even telling me. It's not even telling me. This has been a pretty silent week so far. Stepping into Aquarius season. No action. No movement. You know, no communication, just watching. Just watching. But watching why? Usually I'll get a crumb. A little crumb of something that hints what's going on or why they're not, taking any action. They ain't giving me shit. Some of y'all dealing with a Capricorn. I'm going to keep an eye on this, though. I am going to see if this comes back out. Oh, yeah, nobody is taking action to try to extinguish the flames in the tower. The tower is continuing to burn to the ground. So, all right, anyway, let's see. Some of y'all dealing with a Gemini. I also have Capricorn. Could be a fellow Leo for some of you. Taurus and Cancer. Oh, I got Sagittarius hiding in there too. Now, let's see their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. Person Leo's dealing with. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Do they love you? Do they miss you? They want to be with you? Do they regret what they did? Do they regret what they said? Or are they just a slimy snake that doesn't give a shit? I knew it. Told you I was going to keep an eye on it. Had a feeling. I had a feeling I was going to come back out. So, okay. In this person's mind, this may be true, it may not be, I don't know. But in their mind, they feel like you know what they're really about. Like, there was a lot of shit they were trying to hide from you. A lot of secrets they was keeping. And now they are afraid that you know their true colors. That makes sense? Let me give you an example. Let's say, let's say they was cheating on you. Just for example. And whether the cat was out of the bag or not, for some reason, they feel like you must know they were cheating on you. This is just an example. Even if the cat was never out of the bag, even if if the relationship ended before that got exposed. Now they're like, oh man, Leo knows I was cheating, you know? Or maybe they had some sort of secret addiction issue. That's one. It's not uncommon for me to hear that, you know, I was dealing with somebody that had a drug addiction of some sort, and, you know, they went to rehab and got clean, and then they started using behind my back for the last year, and I could kind of tell their behavior seemed a little bit funny, but I couldn't prove it, you know. That's not the most uncommon scenario for me to hear in my personal readings. But yeah, I think they're just afraid that they're exposed. And maybe they're not. Maybe you're like, what the? Exposed for what? Well, that's how people who have a lot of things to hide, they usually end up feeling paranoid. You know, they're paranoid. Somebody has to fucking know, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, they do honestly feel like they pretty much have no choice but to move on from this. Like it's a done fucking dollar. Some of you dealing with a Scorpio. That's my favorite death card of any tarot deck I've ever had. That's the most badass death card, isn't it? Isn't that what the fucking death card's supposed to look like right there, boy? Anyway. All right, well, I do think they want to reconnect with you. They're afraid it's too late. Let's get the advice. What's the advice? Advice for Leo. Mm-hmm. Advice for Leo. What's the advice? High Priestess and the Moon reversed. I was wondering if that was going to come through. Now, I've just come to the conclusion that this is like a collective thing, because over the past couple of weeks, I've said this to probably 8 or 9 of the 12 signs. I think it's a collective thing. On the other side of this connection, you got blessings waiting on you. And I'm just going to say that generally. You got blessings waiting on you, whether it's a much more healthy relationship, a better financial situation. There's blessings waiting on you, but you being energetically tied to this person is energetically blocking those blessings from coming in. Now, at the end of the day, I can't just tell you to get over it. That doesn't work, you know? You know how people say, oh, get over it. Oh, wow. I never thought of that. Hey, Bill, guess what? I figured it out. All I got to do is get over it. That's all I got to do is get over it. Well, let me go find the get over it switch so I can flip it real quick. It don't work like that, does it? No, it don't. But I will tell you that the energetic hook you have in this person, it's like you're a hot air balloon tied to a sandbag. And as long as you're tied to that sandbag, your blessings are about 1,000 feet in the air. And you ain't going to reach them while you're down here tied to the sandbag. So hopefully you see that. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that you have to be glowing and floating on a cloud before you attract a divine life partner. But you got to have some momentum on that path. You got to have some momentum on that path before the universe will bring that person to join you on that path. Because I'm going to tell you what, when you're in a relationship, that makes healing more challenging. It makes manifesting more challenging. It makes everything more challenging because it's very, very easy to get distracted with what they're doing. It gets really, really easy to get wrapped up in what they're doing or what they're not doing. So you have to have momentum on your healing path and have a pretty strong sense of emotional and energetic independence so that you won't be so easily distracted. And then that's when the universe can bring a person into your life who can join your team, right? So that's all I'm going to say. This is a collective thing. I've told so many signs that over the past couple of weeks. All right. Well, let's see how the energies are looking generally for the singles. Single Leos. What's coming in? Anything new? Anything old? Anything good? Anything bad? Anything at all? How's the energy looking for the singles? Seven of Pentacles. That kind of feels like past energy to me. Yep, that's what I thought. I think some of you are connecting with a past person. Yep. Some of y'all, I think, connecting with a past person. And this might not really be a past person that you're even interested in reconnecting with. It might not, because I kind of feel like when it comes to this situation, you're already looking at it like, man, it's not even worth it. I put forth so much work, energy, effort, time, heart, and soul into this connection, and I just got shit on. I don't know if I want to put myself in that again. Plus, we got King of Cups reverse Devil card. You know what that means? That means somebody that wants to try to manipulate you and use you for something. And usually, generally speaking, we know what this is, right? If you're a female who deals with males, usually a man's using you for sex. If you're a male dealing with females, usually a female is going to use you for money or some sort of materialistic something or another, you know? There's anything and everything in between, but 90% of the time that's the case when this energy comes through. So whatever it is that they can get off of you, whether it's sex or money, I think they're going to try to see if they can play around and use you. I think so. But like I said, I think that you already know what their deal is. You already know they're playing mind games. You already know they gaslight and manipulate. Well, let's see if they have any deeper intentions than that. Let's see if we can dig into this person a little bit deeper. What are their deepest energies and intentions? Fool reverse doesn't tell me much. Very guarded. Doesn't tell me much either. Tells me a little bit, but yeah, Devil card. I don't think it goes a whole lot deeper than that. I think this is the type of person that doesn't want to let anyone in at all. No one. And see, when it comes to dealing with somebody that's guarded, the slippery slope when dealing with somebody who has their guard up is there's two types of people who have their guard up. There's the person who genuinely wants to let someone in, but just doesn't trust anyone. And they're afraid that if they let someone in, then they're going to use their weaknesses against them, you know, and you know how that goes. But there's another kind of person that has their guard up. And this person is trying to run from themselves. The reason why their guard is up is because they don't even want to look at themselves. They're hiding from themselves. So if they don't even want to look at their damn self, they damn sure ain't gonna let you in. If they're so fucking ashamed of themselves that they're trying to run from themselves because they don't want to see it, you think they're gonna let you in? Shit. Absolutely not. And that's what I think you're dealing with here. The latter. I think so. But they do feel a hell of a strong connection with you, though. But connection schmanection. If they ain't trying to let you in, it ain't gonna go nowhere. Nowhere. You know what I'm saying? All right, well, let's get some advice. Let's get some advice for the Leo fam. Boy, you put your foot down and stand on goddamn business. You better. Boy, I'm gonna tell you what, you better. Ooh, death card. Okay, well, let me meet you in the middle. Let me meet you in the middle. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you're dealing with. When it comes to bringing anyone back into your life, whether it's a lover that you fell out with, a friend, a family member, a business partner, whoever the fuck, if you're going to bring someone back into your life, what is the most important key element that needs to be taken into consideration? Whether or not there's been a change, right? You don't have to have an IQ of 200 to figure that out. If you haven't changed, then nothing's gonna change. You're just gonna bring the same bullshit back to the table that you walked away with. Here's the problem, though. Most people, when they try to come back into your life, they pretend they've changed. They know how to say all the right things, do all the right things. They're leading with their best foot forward. Some people know how to put on this Emmy Award-winning performance to make it look like they've changed so that you'll bite the bait and they can reel you in. So how do you tell? How do you tell if somebody's really genuinely made a change? Well, first of all, you have to understand what happens when you actually change who you are as a person. See, everything within you is connected to everything around you. Like everything that makes up your daily life experience, right? From the house you live in, the car you drive, the job you work, the things that you do with your spare time, the relationships and connections that you have with your friends and your family. Everything that makes up your general life experience is connected to everything within you. So when you start genuinely changing who you are on the inside, everything is going to change. It creates a domino effect that eventually ends up changing everything in your life. Everything. So what you do when somebody tries to make their way back into your life is you take a step back, you keep them at an arm's distance, and you observe every other corner of their life. Every corner of their life. What they do with their spare time, their connections with their family, the way they treat their friends, what they do with their money, everything, every other aspect of their life. Just observe it all. Keep them at an arm's distance long enough to observe it all. Guess what you're going to find out? When somebody has genuinely changed as a person, the overwhelming majority, if not all, of their life is going to be completely different. Maybe not 100%, because that can take a while for all that to unfold. But you're going to notice significant changes in many other aspects of their life. They don't do the same things in their spare time, right? They behave and act differently around their family and their friends. They may not even have the same damn friends. That's how you can tell somebody's made a genuine change. But when that person comes back into your life and they are acting like a completely different person around you, but every other aspect of their life is still exactly the same, that's a bullshitter. That's a bullshitter. So you mean to tell me you still sitting in the same spot, kicking around the same 6 blocks, doing the same shit, hanging and fucking with the same people, doing the same thing with your spare time. Every other aspect of your life is exactly the way it was when you walked away, except for the way you behave with me. Bullshit. 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 In less than 90 days, it's going to go right back to what it was. You're going to pick up right where you left off. Watch. Mark my word. Mark my word. Take that and do with it what you will. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Leo family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. All right? I'm going to get out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.